Hola, 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 hola. Hello, everybody. I can't see. I can't see nothing. Making sure y'all can see me. How's everybody? How is everybody doing? I'm a little hot. I'm a little winded. I should just put my hair back in a ponytail. One of these days. I ought to see the show that happens before the show. The show that happens before the show is usually me. Cause I leave the room that I'm watching YouTube and stuff in. That used to be like my bedroom, and it used to be like my everything room. And now I gotta go to the other side. And the reason I go to the other side is because I now have a craft room. I'm still working on putting it together. I challenged myself because I wanted one of them dream boxes. I wanted a dream box. And I challenged myself to create a fun room I couldn't wait to go to craft in, for far less. That was the goal, far less than a dream box. Now I built one online. I built one price wise, to have everything that I wanted to have and as little work on myself as possible. And I'm pretty sure, because I've seen people with dream boxes, and I've seen other people who show pictures where they got creative also. So that is the goal. The goal is to create my sort of dream box, but it's not going to be like all in one. You open a box, bye, you got a craft room, you close the box, and you got a big empty room. That obviously would be ideal, but it doesn't. It's not set up like that because the way my checking account is set up. I got a checking, I got a savings. I'm sure y'all heard that line before. So with that said, I'm going to move over and I'm going to say hello, everybody. Hello. And I'm going to kick the hump day happenings off with what's the weather like in your neck of the woods? And while you guys are posting where you live and what your weather is, I'm going to go say hello. Hi, Rochelle. Hi, Tia. Just getting home. Diamond painting after dinner tonight. Rochelle doesn't diamond paint that much anymore, so that's epic. Yes. Hey, my nut. She says, hey, Tia, and everyone here resting and listening. Now that I have no whips, you got all of them done? You go, girl. Got my last one done the other night, so I'll be going into 2026 fresh with no whips. Kudos to you. Kudos. That's a big accomplishment. Hello, that's Mary. Hi, Gail. My Gail. Linda's in the house. Hi, Dawn. How are you this evening? Hopefully everything is going great. Tammy says hi again. Hi, Tammy. Michelle's in the house. Hi, I can see and hear you. Yay. Koopa Kai. I think I called you Kupaki the other day, and it hit me like, that's not which I think you go by Koopa Kai. So you correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but I think it's Koopa Kai, and I know most people say Kupaki. We just easy. Hi, everyone. I may not make it long. Had to drive home from Atlanta today. Oh, lupus appointment, and I'm exhausted. I had an aunt that had lupus, and yes, she would get tired really, really easy. So hopefully you'll have an opportunity, kind of kick back, put your feet up, relax. And then let us know what the weather's like in your neck of the woods. Hi, Miss Tia. Hi, be right back. Need snack and hot tea. Tammy says, thanks to everyone. There's Matt. Hola, hola, hola. How are you this evening? I used Pennsylvania as an example. I was doing a mock-up today. And the mock-up, it was like a policy detail and things, and the mock-up had to have like area details and things, weather, school district, all of that. And we get to pick a state, and I live in Las Vegas. I don't even know why, but I said let me go with Pennsylvania, and so Pennsylvania it was. So if you guys don't know, yes, I I don't work currently, but I've worked in insurance for a long time, and I've been licensed in every aspect. Um, Even as a well, in certain states, you have to have a PI license to handle liability investigations and things. And so I've been independent. As well as staff, and so it just depends on what company I'm at and things, but I do try and stay licensed up. So if I do start back, really working and punching the clock, I'm good to go. I'm ready to go. Different Time says, "Hola, Princess Tia. Hola, how are you? Hello, hello." Everyone is saying hello. And now here we come to the weather. Michelle says it's 29 in Missouri. That's below freezing. It's 48 and dropping to 37 here in Maryland. It's 34 in Jersey. Whoo! That's those are some cold weather conditions. 33 and raining, probably turning soon. Woo, it's 29 in Gales part of Missouri. Oh, just, it's cold weather here. Cold weather here. And I had some cold weather last week. I'm not sure what's going on. I really am not. So it got down to like 57, 58. And then it would be like 62, 64 during the day. It is it's tepid. It's like 75. It's just still pretty. I don't know what's going on. The weather is weird. It's weird. It's weird. Tammy says, "Hey Rhonda, your live was fun and exactly what I needed." Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. Probably a bad choice knowing us. uh, and Rhonda says she's gonna be listening and working on her sparkling reindeer. Okay, okay. Well, you guys know, I think next week is the last week, but I am a sponsor. And I know I've shown this a couple of times, but simply because they only have a week to go. I think they end on the 16th or something like that. I wanted to show you guys again PalmPal pens. We are a sponsor of Sparkle All the Way. Last year we did Sparkle All the Way. Also, what we used the Cotton Candy Delights. It was a pen that had already been created. We have moved on and created a pen specifically for Sparkle All the Way. Now, I've showed this every week. I might not have showed it last week because it was my birthday and I was acting a fool, but here we go. These are the new Sparkle All the Way pens. Yep, they were created simply. So I was trying to get like that winter essence, the sparkle. I don't know if you can see them. They do glitter. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. So just keep in mind these are named after the collab so that they are forever. Now you can order them in May. Okay, I don't want you to think you can only order them November or December. However, that is the name of the pen and they were created specific to. So, and I think I showed them going into Thanksgiving, the week before Thanksgiving, the week of Thanksgiving, last weekend. Here we go again. Okay, so yeah, I'm showing them because the event's not over. Okay, get your Sparkle All the Way pen. Now, if you are participating, this is also one of the pins that you're going to be trying to win. So, just wanted to show you guys that. Now, up next, shameless plug. Up next, alrighty. That is Blinging in the New Year. That pen has been the same and it is exclusive to the Blinging in the New Year. That is the collab with me, J. Rob, and Tima. And that will be kicking off. I do kick off on 31st on my channel. But you'll be able to come back. You'll be able to watch me on Wednesday nights. J. Rob and Tima, they go live on Fridays. So if you guys are participating, make sure you get your canvas. I don't think you're going to be able to get our canvas. We sold CBR out. That's Captured by Radiance. We are doing Heart on Sleeve by Mickey Bergman or Love Imbued. I'm doing Love Imbued. And I will say, you guys did a fantastic job of heading over there, making sure you got your canvas in time to bling in the new year with all of us. I was going to say one, but all of us will all be blinging in the new year. So what am I working on? I know I always ask you that. What are you working on? You guys know my fervor, my love for diamond painting returned a few months ago. And it started with me going back through some of my old diamond paintings and just kind of connecting and reconnecting. Oh, I remember when I bought this. Oh, this was so nice. I remember, you start to remember the emotion that connected you to the canvas in the first place. So that were really difficult. But I did 3 of those double-sided adhesive canvas. That was hard to do, I'm saying. Then I moved on and I did an Amazon round. And then I had a choice between, I remember you guys choosing. So I was going to do next this Makers Market from Michaels. I am so impressed that Michaels has jumped in the game, have their own line of diamond paintings. Now, I believe it was Matt and a couple other people. They shamed me. They shamed me because they're new to diamond painting. And I believe what was said was, even I know that Michaels has their own line. I'm like, oh, at 2 Matt came for me, y'all. He came for me. Anyway, then people started saying, yeah, they have nice canvas, but they didn't like maybe the drill quality and things. So I had a choice to make. I'm I'm getting back in, but I want to make it fun. I want to make it fun. So, she working on. I don't know if y'all can see this. This is a gift. It's a gift. It's sideways. It's sideways. So I'm going to show y'all what I'm working on. Now, if you guys have ever heard my daughter sing, she sang on the show a few times. She was one of the first African Americans in the operetta program they have here at UNLV. And she was going to get the opportunity to travel overseas to Russia to perform in some of their programs. But this is one of her favorite plays. She liked them before the movie came out, so she is not a bandwagoner. But I will show you guys what I am currently working on. And because it's a gift for her for Christmas, I only have this bottom corner right here done, but I'm gonna let y'all see it up close. I decided, instead of killing myself with the Michaels one, being upset and going into blinging in the new year, upset, that I would do something that somebody would truly appreciate. So this is where I am. It's a lot, right? I just started last night. So yes, the fervor is back. Now, I want to know if y'all ever seen this before. This is crazy to me. I'm going to really zoom in on this. Do y'all see these little tiny ones? Circles? Yep. Matte. They have mini dots. Now, I don't know about you. I like a square. I really do like a square. But these mini dots allow rounds to have, look at this, to have more detail. So, yes, we have mini dots in the face. So we're going to see what it look like. Obviously, this part right here, the actual wicked sign, this is the only part that will not be diamond painted. All the rest are diamond painted. If you can see, so wicked, the actual words are the only ones. I'm not fond of a partial, but when I seen that it was just this small amount, I said, okay, because this is a 65 by 40. So pretty big. There's a lot of color blocking. So because of that, I wasn't too upset. But I am right here on this edge. And again, my fervor is back. I just started there. Last night. So I'm limited. I'm trying to see if I can show you guys, because I'm learning. Well, I'm learning as you guys learn. I'm learning as you guys learn. But when I tell you, I was shocked. I'm like, what do we have going on here? So I'm going to show you the difference if you can possibly see. So I might have to open those up. One moment. I'm gonna open them. So I want you to see the difference in the sizing. Are you able to see that? So on the more left, that's a regular size, 2.8. I'm not sure what the size of these are. This is my first time seeing them, and I said, oh, they tiny. If I can make my screen with the, let me see. Okay, maybe that'll work. Maybe that'll work. Oh, that's a lot better. Look at Rochelle solving problems from on the other side of the world. You guys are able to see. Now you can see the difference in the mini dots. They are tiny. They are tiny. Um, so how many people in the audience have ever worked on a canvas with mini dots in them? I'm telling you, I'm pretty, like I said, I'm pretty impressed at the detail they're able to get in to a round. Usually that's definitely the reason why I prefer the squares. I like the details and things. It's my first time, so when I seen them, I'm like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. So a lot of people are like, I just won your pin. Mary won the pin. Ooh, look at you. Just keep swimming. Just keep, participating. Mary gonna have my whole line one of these days. I'm not mad at it though. Listening and working on my sparkling reindeer. I'll just be waiting on Rhonda to get the information to me so I can get those out. Um, Everyone's like, beautiful, beautiful. Requirements for the events. So for the blinging in the new year, obviously you're going to pick a canvas that you're going to customize with some sort of bling. We do ask that you try to change out at least two, use your creativity and things, and that you have at least more than 16, not 16, 30 by 40. I'm sorry, I'm thinking inches versus centimeters. Most people, they do, register with centimeters. So you have to have more than 30 by 40 of your canvas left to complete for it to qualify. Um, and we're gonna have some great fun. You'll be able to, if you already have, like Mary is great at blinging. Rochelle is the queen of blinging. When we first started out, we were taking all the chances and stuff like that. If it didn't come out good, we gave it a shot. But we were able to, add in things like depth, dimension, how to make your, and I think Honey Bunny is really good at that. Or she makes her images on this two-dimensional, canvas in and out, and they're set out separate from the actual, other items and things. And that's a lot of fun when you're dealing with different, you're dealing with landscape, you're dealing with flowers, you're dealing with animals. Those are, nice attributes to a, two-dimensional canvas. So now everybody's gotten into the fun. Everybody's been learning and using the different mediums because Tima doesn't stop. She always has new releases. And now we're able to kind of give back and take from this customizing community. So we invite you all to come out, have a great time, and share with us your thoughts and your ideas and your creativity. So it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of fun. Matt says, I'm always out for everyone. I do like the rounds fine. Renderings are great in my opinion. Yes, they are. Love Imbued, still available in a round or square at Capture by Radio. Okay, well, there you go. Love Imbued is still available. So if you guys are interested and want to do the canvas that I'm going to be working on, head over to Capture by Radiant. Rhonda has plugged in their sorry about that, their link. As well, I was going to say, we need to put your code in, but I see her code also, Dipper24. So head on over so that you guys can save. Let's see, the Bling Lab reopened this week. I'm working on a Christmas painting. I know you cannot wait. Now, For my channel, if you are someone who does crochet, if you're someone who's a colorist and you color, if you're a clayist and you work with clay, those projects, they count as well. So when you're submitting your photos and you're week after week, as long as you're blinging that project out and you are able to bling with cross stitch, um you could bling with your floss. You can use metallic floss. You can use a glitter. And you can also use seed beads, the glitterized seed beads and pearlescent seed beads to kind of bling out your projects. You can do embroidery. So if you're going to bling, you don't have to just bling a diamond painting. Get fun, get creative. Just show up and have some fun with us. Mini dots from where I ordered. I don't remember where I ordered this from, Dawn. Um, it's a craft hub. There we go. If you look at the canvas, you can answer your own question. So I was looking up Wicked stuff because my daughter is crazy about Wicked. Started, I want to say 2016, 2015, somewhere around there. Everybody was doing the songs in their school musicals and high school and junior high. And then we started hearing a buzz that they were going to be the Broadway play into a movie that came out a year or so ago. And now this year was part two. So it's been probably 8 to 10 years of my life hearing about Wicked, 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 Wicked. And she is just in love with the musical. She in love with the movie and things. So um kudos to her. Kudos to everybody, because I'm a lot of people, they watched the movie and definitely told me that Galinda's character reminded them of me. So I watched the first movie and I'm like, she mean, she's mean. She left her friend. I would never do that. But in watching the second movie, obviously it was the wardrobe. She wore a lot of glitter, brightly colored, plus she had her crown and her scepter. You guys know Ramia's scepter is gorgeous. Um, so I see that aspect, I do. But the character wise in the second movie, I see what you guys are saying. So thank you if you guys sent me something and you got like a wrinkled up nose or something. I mean, who has mini dots? So going back, Craft Hub is where I got this at. And they had quite a few. I've started seeing this canvas itself on several other sites. I think I seen it on Etsy. I seen it. It's a couple different sites that I've seen it on. But I've been looking for socks, diamond paintings, earrings, and things like that. I couldn't find anything that I really liked. So y'all can post down in the comment box in the chat and let me know, what do you think I should do? Because I went out, if I don't see it, I'm gonna make it. So if I don't see it, I am going to make it. So I'm gonna hook her up, and we're gonna see. I already have like 2 or 3 pattern ideas. So Rhonda was doing some seed bead projects, and I had ordered, oh my goodness, you know me. I'm not able, for whatever reason, to just order one item. I need all the things, so I can pick and choose. Just like with an outfit, I don't like to just get a shirt and then wait and find the pants and stuff. I'm gonna get the whole outfit, and I may get accessories that I could switch up and change about, And so that's how I am with my crafting. In any event, y'all could blame this one on Rhonda. She talked about, that was back in like September or October, and she said she was going to be doing some CB projects. She made some little cute animals and things. And I said, I want to do something a little different. And Rebecca is always telling me, Tia, I think you should get into making jewelry. You would make some cute jewelry. I wear, jewelry. I wear a lot of hair embellishments and things. And so she's always telling me, you should do that too. You should do that too. So I'm going to be doing something. Stay tuned. Hopefully, I'll come up with some great ideas. But as you can see, it was not hard to find the colors. So if y'all get something in the mail with those colors, just be nice. Just smile and be like, oh, girl, you did your thing. That was cute, and then sit it off to the side. Okay? That's all you got to do. But you may be getting some wicked stuff coming to your mailbox. Oh, so moving over from there, Matt says Diamond Dots brands. This is under Craft Hub from TJ Maxx, Marshalls, maybe both. Okay, I like that. So he is enabling you guys, even though, when I try and enable him, I feel like he curbing me. I am back. Heated me up some leftover hamburger gravy with mushrooms over mashed potatoes and a big cup of hot tea. That sounds wonderful. Um, I know they have many dots in their master class diamond painting, but not the regular diamond paintings. So this definitely is what I would consider master class. Again, the detail and the facial structure, these are all mini dots. The arm, that usually it just comes across so, I don't know, blurry. But I think that might help rounds kind of get ahead, get back in the game. We'll see. We'll see. Some Diamond Dot Master Class kits they recently released mini sets. Some of these Craft Hub kits and Felock Art have some as well. So I will be working on a 93 by 70 canvas. It's Chuck's The Golden Valley. We'll be mapping out the bling soon. Oh, I can cross stitch my reindeer for your event, adding beads. There you go. That's all you need to do is add in some bling. We had a few people last year. It was last year. They did cross stitch projects and they simply added bling, like they blinged out with the seed beads. So now I do have some. I'll have to show them on the show also, because these are shiny, but I wouldn't say that they are the blingy ones. Now the black it's got some kind of a hue. I'm sorry. Am I doing that right? I'm not. I wasn't doing it right. But yeah, I'm still not doing it right. There we go. So it's got a metallic like glitter base over it. But yeah. So that's that's where I am on those. Let's see. I've seen people unboxing those wicked canvases from the budget type department stores. There are a few out there. Well, I'll have to check them out. I'll have to check them out. Nope, professional window shoppers. Professional window shopper. So I wanted to show you the storage system that I'm using for this one. I go back and forth. I use Harbor Freights. They are my favorite and things like that. But I have so many of these. They just sitting around empty. Sitting around empty. Look at those colors. So because they sitting around empty, I'm like, oh, you know, I gotta do what I gotta do. So sharing from there, sharing some other works that I've been doing. Continuing on with the birthday gift. You guys saw my sister Rebecca. She was on the show with me last week, and she said my gift was on the way. I did have a lot of delays. A lot of delays. So just showing you guys. Look at that butterfly. Look at that gorgeous butterfly. And the cup says, Princess Tia. So this is huge. In reference, I want to show you guys in reference. Hold on. I got to move the screens. Just showing you the reference, the sizes. Okay. I'm on live. Oh, sorry. So showing you guys the references. So I'm pretty sure you might have heard Rebecca say that hers is, I think she said these are 30 ounces. 30 ounce. Now you see the sizing difference. So we talked about this. I don't remember if it was on Morning Laughs or if it was last week's or the week before's Hump Day happenings. But we talked about stamped cross stitches. I mean, it might be a good way to get everything that you see colored there. There is a legend. And just so that you're aware, there's a legend on the pattern also. Now you can take this and you can load this into, if you do like a digital, like a pattern keeper or Goodreads or Markup Pro XP. If you do any of those cross stitch projects, you can scan this and put the picture in. I was trying to do Pattern Keeper on my phone, on this device right here, because my phone is a fold and it opens out to a decent size screen and things. But it's harder. I'm having a lot more difficulty getting the lines of the patterns to match up like I do on I've never had a problem on Markup. That's the one that you can use for like iPhone, iPad. But just kind of letting you guys know. Um, After you work this project, you are supposed to just kind of wash it, and the dye in the fabric just goes away. So one of these days, and I'm just showing this because one of these days, it is my goal to get to doing, maybe to give it a try, a stamp cross stitch. Right now I do what they call counted cross stitch, and I'm going to show you guys the difference between that also. Here's the second one. This is a dream catcher. Dream catcher. I think the picture is gorgeous, but then it's stamped also. And so just saying, I'm not sure if I'll get to them. And then here, this is a Heaven and Earth Designs, a high ed, if you guys see. Butterflies, you guys know how I feel about butterflies. Um, and this one right here, you got to do some work on a regular, cross stitch pattern. You have to do some work. So I'm just showing you guys so that if you do choose, to cross over to the dark side. Rochelle crossed over. She acted like she don't want to cross back. So how they come. So you'll see like a color-coded legend. And then the pattern. And yeah, you do have to scan these in. You will have to scan them in. I'm just making sure you guys get a chance to see. Once they're scanned in, the beauty of these that I like about them is when you're using a digital, like I used to work by paper because that's all we had years ago, like 30, 40 years ago. That's all we had was. But once these are scanned in into your pattern program, all that you're literally doing is tapping on the square when you've completed that square. So it does make it a lot easier if you get one that recognizes your grid lines. Um, when you tap a square, it's not halfway into the next square. So hopefully, you guys are thinking about a different craft. Obviously I just overcame burnout, but for other people who might be entering into it, if you're thinking about, doing something else in the meantime, and cross stitches on your mind, here you go. Here goes some, and I have a lot. I got a lot of programs. I go on Etsy and I buy. Same way, it's easier to buy cross stitch patterns, because nowadays you can download them. Second, they don't cost as much as diamond paintings. So, if you're a colorist, colorists, they get a lot of free pages and things. So those are great ways to be able to, kind of bide your time when you're feeling burnout from diamond painting. Now let's go back over to, I want to know what everybody's working on. Obviously, we're coming towards the end of Sparkle All the Way. There's going to be a couple of weeks in there where you can do some other stuff that'll make you miss diamond painting. And so while you're missing and you're eager to get started on another one, you can do a quick second craft. And that's what those are for. Hopefully I've given you guys some ideas, but what do you guys plan to do? Once you finish your current project, do you have another one queued up? Do you schedule projects? I remember I used to schedule projects. So some of the other stuff that I got, Rebecca did get me a little Crafting and Crying daily bag. I do have a lot of these little craft bags. I like them because, for example, if I'm working on one project, I could put everything that for that project in here, like my clay, all these colors. All I would need to do in here is now put my blades so that I can cut the clay, and then maybe a tile. I do use tiles sometimes when I'm putting certain pieces into the oven. So hopefully I'm giving you ideas on how you can use your trinkets, the bags and things like that. Let's see. Going back. Some people unboxing. Uh, 40. Perfect for the lower. You're taking a tip from Crashly, I see. You're right. That one is 30 ounce. She does also have 40 ounce though. Okay. So I thought so. I got that and I was like, what is this? It's huge. And I was like, oh, I feel bad if I fill this up with iced coffee. I, a little bad. I won't feel too bad, but this probably should be the water cup. Oh, so what do you guys nobody's typing? Let's go ahead and pop into the chat what you're currently working on, and do you have your next project queued up? So let's talk about that. What are you currently working on, and do you have your next project queued up? So you guys know this again. She just came home, so I'm trying to hide the screen. That's all. There we go. Um, Tia, please make you bigger now. There we go. Kayleen, how are you this evening? Kayleen says she's working on her last craftably. It is Christmas Tree Farm. You're welcome. Let's see. As you can see, I have that. I did not start my Michaels. I didn't start it, but um, I did. Hey, Tiara, can you close the door? Close it. Well, okay. Well, then lower y'all's voices. All righty. Here we go. Ocean breeze. At some point, I would like to get this one done. I don't know when though. Peggy, hi. Peggy O'Neill says, I'm new here. Welcome. Are you a crafter? And do you diamond paint? Do you crochet? Do you knit? Do you color? Do you play with clay? I think we've touched on all of that. Mary says, I am just finishing up kitting up my third canvas to have ready for January. I have 36 canvases picked for next year. Trying my hand at picking that far ahead. So 3 per month. 3 per month. Girl, what is you flicking the wrist? You flicking the wrist. I think 2017, 2018, I could, pop them out like that. 2019, I think that's when we started to grow. Like we were definitely doing more than 40 by 50s. We were starting to, I think 60 by 80s were coming on the scene at that point. The princesses started coming out around then also, which caused people to go bigger. I did Liam Kelly. She had a 142 by, what was that? I'm sorry, it's 125 by 42. That's still to this day my largest canvas. And it took me 6 weeks. And I feel like, whew, I needed a break from there, but I kept going with big, big canvases and things. So I think that's the other reason why I've been able to kind of jump back in, because the canvases are smaller and I'm getting those quick finishes and things. So again, if you find that you need a break, or you want to, you feeling that burnout, go smaller or go back to your original days. Because me and Lizzie went back to our AliExpress days, and I'm gonna tell you, whew, it definitely gives you an appreciation for your stash. It gave me an appreciation for my stash. So Tammy says she's working on Captured by Radiance Mountain Christmas Chapel by Robert Finale. Is that Finale? Finale? I feel like I say his name wrong every time I say it. I'm working on Holly Jolly Christmas Cat, the Paint Gem Mystery Set. I love that. Everyone's saying welcome, Peggy. She says she diamond paints. So welcome to the madness, Krista Bugs, Sagittarius, for Krista Bug for the Christmas event. Actual Christmas kits on break for a day. Okay. Yes, I have a make market in the wings, and then I'm going to start working on my whips. Muttnut has inspired Kayleen. Muttnut was, I think she spent the last 6 months plowing through. She had at one point, I think, 11. I remember when she got down to 9. She came down 6 or 7. Kudos to her. She kept us all engaged. She had a whole bunch of whips, and it was just her goal to get them done by 2025, the end of 2025. She's done that, and she has 3 weeks to go. So if I was her, I would definitely, kick back. I'd have theme music on every time I walked over to my diamond painting desk. I'd be like, I'm the best. I'm the biggest. She rocks, right? So I could just hear, obviously, several different songs that could be going on at this point. Maybe not all appropriate for the channel, but I definitely think, badass rapper, you you go, because you did that. um, Linda says, I'm working on 4 whips. A DAC Sagittarius. Hope runs deep. I've done the hope, faith, and love. I've done those 3. Um, I had at one point, I don't know where I'm at now, I haven't counted them in a while, but I had 34 of his 39. I know he's released way more than that, but I was just popping out Chuck Pensons and working on Chuck Pensons. I since, moved on to some others because, like, I like Dominic Davis, I like Robert Finale, Mickey Bergman. So, I've gone on to appreciate other, artists' work, but I definitely have done those. She's doing Lumina, and Home for Christmas. Dawn says Erie's Coven from Dreamers. She kitted up Diamond Dots, The Golden Woman by Klimt. All right, I like that. Everyone is saying welcome, Peggy. Welcome. And they're calling Muttnut a rock star. There we go. Hi, Marla. How are you this evening? Matt says, what DAC artist, Linda? December, baby. I'd like to get the J Wall, either DAC D stash or from one of the European shops. Um, Look at you. You is doing a J Wall. Anyone that attempts a J Wall that does them, I know Mickey from Mickey Sunshine Creates. She is the first person that I knew that tackled J Wall with passion and fervor. It's a lot of confetti for me. I thought I didn't care until I saw how much confetti is in a J Wall. And you literally have to look through the viewfinder. You have to find ways to see the image when you're working on a J Wall. So kudos to you, Matt, for jumping in, and you about to do a J Wall. Okay. Hello, hello, and welcome. Everyone is saying hi to Peggy. What love, what love. And Marla says she's working on Euphoric Spectrum, the Dreamer Designs Golden Retriever running in paint. And Peggy says, Gail, I got the enhancements from DP. Okay. Tammy says, I have a J Wall whip. Well, I have 2. One black and white up in my closet. Oh, Lord. And one with the color background. Ooh, black and white. I wonder how many colors that actually is. Because obviously you're going to get every hue gray, every hue black. Um, Matt, Sagittarius is by Eau Claire Studio. Okay. Look at that. See, we are in here, we're giving each other. Wow, Tammy. Yeah, the black and white J Wall. You a real hero for that one. Oh my goodness. I can't imagine how beautiful it'll be. Um, I don't know. Has anybody ever done what was the Nightbringer? The reindeer with the big, and it was like all different hues of dark grays, blacks, dark browns, blues. Um, anyone in here done Nightbringer? Oh, it's a beautiful canvas once it's done. But can you imagine that that's all that you're looking at is just those dark hues, and you're waiting for the image to kind of jump out at you off of the canvas. That one right there, I love black and white. I'm going to look for that J Wall. Go ahead, Peggy. I want to see you post it. I can't wait. So, with that said, obviously we are coming up on another holiday. We just, passed the major one last week. My big 3-0. Can you believe it? I can't. The kid is finally 30. Tell you, it's all downhill from here. I didn't take it as bad as my sister Crash did when she turned 30, but I think I struggled back and forth. Like, can I lie another year? I thank everybody. I had a wonderful, wonderful birthday. There was definitely a big concern about whether or not I was going to let it get to me or anything. I think my kids were concerned about that. Our sisters, everyone definitely just showed me love. Sometimes I think that's all you want is just a hug from someone. So I got plenty of hugs, lots of virtual hugs. Um, got a couple of, unsolicited hugs. Oh, it's your birthday? Well, come here then, baby girl. Let me go ahead on. Those are funny hugs. You gotta let a lot of sunshine in on those. Tammy says, Peggy, the one and only Diamond Art has all the J Walls. You could request black and white or the color. Gail said, no, but I'm working on Chance Encounter by Nene Thomas, and it has so many grays. I definitely I mean, I love when they come together. I love seeing the photos and how, the image comes together. So it'll be interesting. I want to see people, go ahead, dive into these black and whites, J-Wall. I mean, are they hand charted? Even if they aren't. But imagine, 52 colors, and they're all blue hues, gray hues, different hues of white. There's like five. And then, blacks and dark browns and things. I think that would be amazing. Peggy says, Lord have mercy, you're still a baby. Y'all see, this is our first night here. Love it. Thank you, Peggy, for coming. Okay, I'd have to look again, but some of them I liked other months more. Dakota Dotweiler Zodiacs are pretty. Now, Dakota is somebody that I probably would put up in the ranks with J Wall as well. Um, R- Rochelle has done a lot of her works and things, and she has definitely blung them out and kind of customized them, made them her own. What I like about them is, yes, they are confetti centric, but I feel like Jay Walls is the romanticized aspect of it, and Dakota, I feel a message behind hers. So two different artists, love their style, but I do like that they're confetti centric, and the detail comes together to make beautiful art. Oh, Gail is um Peggy. Tia is not really 30. She always said she is 29, but now she's 30. Peggy, Tammy's my cousin, and I'm going to tell you, She she's stirring the pot right now. She's stirring the pot. Linda says, Matt, it is not my song. I just really liked it. My sign. Well, there you go. Peggy said thank you. I have just ordered from them. I chose the Libra J Wall because of my daughter. Oh, I do like that, we connect to our signs and stuff, but there have been times where I love you too, Tammy. Tammy, she's still a baby. Just saying. I'm probably older than Peggy. She just doesn't know. Peggy, just so you know, I'm retired. I'm sure, and that's okay. Keep stirring. It's all okay. She's stirring the pot though, big time. She's doing this. um, but I have a lot of fun with the age jokes. I think not. I'm retired too. Linda. Oh, I looked and remember it now. I prefer the centaur depiction of Sagittarius, but I'm sure Eau Claire's look great. I'd be putting I'd be putting some gold metallics in there for sure. Look at Matt. Matt is over here bling and talking bling. I love that. I love that. I got you. 61, Tia. Well, I'm 30. That's all I can say. It took a lot to get to. You don't know how many times I turned 29, but I turned 30. I feel like, Peggy, I didn't have no choice. Once you have a stroke, and everybody know, you you gotta grow. So um, but I do like teasing, and I like that they tease me about it. Oh, okay, I get that exactly. So I had no choice but to grow up. But if I could, I would be 90, still telling people I'm 29. You're not 30. You're like 4 days. You're like 4 days older than that now. That's right. I'm 4 days older than 30. Thank you. Um, oh, good. No worries. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's a running joke. If you came to my birthday party, I think 2018, 2019, 2020, um, I had virtual birthday parties. And each of them was a 29th birthday. So it's been a while. It's been a while. Matt, it comes with gold bling. Uh-oh. You see, Matt, it's not just me. They coming for this money. They coming for the wallet. They enabling Matt. He like, I'm gonna have to rethink this. I'm gonna have to. Matt's cable bill is not getting paid. Playoffs is almost over. If his team ain't in, they ain't going. You know, um, all the rest of the games gonna be on regular TV. He can go to the library and watch them. So Matt is about to give up his cable until August, and he gonna be able to buy some diamond paintings now. I told you we was gonna help you find money. um, so Um, so we did what's the weather like in your neck of the woods. We did what you're working on. Last, I always like to find out what you're watching. So what has everybody been watching? I might. What's everybody been watching? Anything good? What do you do when you're diamond painting or you're cross stitching or whatever your craft of choice is? Um, I'm not sure what's going on with regular TV, but it seems to be disappearing. Does people I don't hear anything about ABC, Fox, what is it, UPNWB, what's that, third, fifth channel? I hear nothing about those channels at all. CW, that was it, right? CW. I hear nothing about those channels anymore, unfortunately. And so I can't comment on them. The Beast Inside Me on Netflix is really good. So there we go. If you guys are wondering and wanting to watch some shows while you're crafting, The Beast Inside Me. Um, I used to always stay at 29. Can't seem to keep that facade anymore. Peggy, you sound like you're my sister from another mister. It's definitely, it's definitely, I got stuck there. I was like, I refuse. I refuse. So, um, there is a show on Netflix that I heard about. What did they tell me? Someone told me that it's international show. It's based in Mexico, and it's called "Go Get the Gringos" or "Go Get Them Gringos" or something like that. And it's literally about the federales going and getting gringos and getting them out of the United States. And I said, huh, that's different. That's definitely different. I haven't watched the show, but people are telling me that they're binge watching it and things. So I ran into three people that have seen it, and I'm like, huh. I live in Las Vegas and we do the reverse here. So I think that's maybe the catch, is that, it's similar to what we see a lot. Um, so we'll see. I'm just always looking for stuff. I've been watching Christmas movies on Freeform. Freeform is still around, huh? And Hallmark, and old Christmas movies on Pluto and Tubi. Tubi is something that a lot of people, and Pluto also, a lot of people are going to Pluto. I guess they have like a cable guide and you feel like you watching TV. And Tubi has the movies. So I agree. What's it called again? It is called Go Get Them Gringos, I believe they said, or Let's Go Get Them Gringos. And I said, wow, are you serious? And they were like, yeah. And so obviously, I haven't had an opportunity to watch it yet, but three people that the three people that told me this, they live here locally in Vegas, and they said that they're ex-military, so they appreciated, seeing the federales perspective and things, if that helps you guys. Usually, we talk a lot about romance, but it is the holiday time of the year. Why do we only fall in love during Christmas holiday season? I'm confused. Like, if you watch all of those Hallmark movies, somebody broke, they don't have no money, the town got to come together, we got to help save them. You don't have no money, and your bills are not paid, and you have time to think about the new guy that came to town. You better find you a way to get a second job. But I like PBS, Finding Your Roots, Antiques Roadshow, and Father Brown. Oh, those are all the shows that I used to watch. The Antique Roadshow and Father Brown Mysteries. Whew, love those. This says Gail 185. Well, hello. We have another Gail. All right, all right, all right. Um, Peggy, Dawn is also in Jersey. What part of Jersey are you? I'm in Ocean County. Where's that near? Like, I have family in Montclair, I have family in East Orange, in regular Orange, Irvington. Um, yeah. See. Hi, other Gail. Oh, Tom's River. Okay. I have heard of it all. I haven't been home in a while though, but definitely heard of it all. When I say a while, it's been like 12 years, near Seaside. All my family in Jersey, it was about 15 of them. They were here in Vegas with me last year. And so I I have to come that way soon. I felt horrible, but yeah, they all came out. We had a great time. Gail F from the okay. I know who you are, Gail, from the retreats in Ohio. Well, then how you doing? How you been? I know you're missing me and this big old personality, and I don't have my crown on. I didn't receive you with my crown. Oh my gosh. um, yeah, that's Seaside Heights. Look at that. Y'all are close. And you know what we say whenever people are close? Pennsylvania's not too far away. You can get Matt, you can get Don. You know what that means. Y'all can have a mini retreat. A mini retreat. A mini retreat. Now, I love to travel. I may come to your mini retreat. You never know. I know that I am trying to hold a sisterhood retreat Um, we're gonna be going to see Tima. We're gonna descend on her. Waiting to hear back from Rochelle on to finalize. But we definitely have our dates, and because Tima has her own retreat facility now, we can all say we in. Okay, there we go. We can all be like, you know what, let's just go ahead on over to Tima's. We can all meet up there and hang out. We don't even have to make it a big. So we gonna be putting something together, and we're gonna let y'all know. But she said Tima confirmed that we are in. Oh, Tia remembers she didn't have too many months. That's right, Matt. Tell them. I did not have any alcohol imbued in me in Ohio like Rhonda and Lizzie. Oh, they was bad. They was bad. And they kept drinking around me. And they didn't even feel bad. They didn't even share. I share. I have candy. I share. I get a gift. I share. I give them hugs. I got nothing. Lizzie said, let me show you. This is Lizzie's expression. What? What's wrong? So, did you guys see her on our morning laughs on Saturday? Oh, Lizzie had surgery on both of her hands. She had a lump in one. The lump's been there for a while. She was wondering like what's wrong with it and stuff. So they took it out because it was uncomfortable and starting to bother her and things. And they're gonna send it off to check it and things. So she knew about that one. She had her middle finger, it was doing something that was bothering her and paining her. And so they decided to do, and they call it trigger finger, and they believe that it is, just an adverse reaction. She's diabetic. And so, oh my goodness. So she had surgery on both hands. They're both, wrapped up, and she has to hold them up above her heart, and she has to keep them crossed. The crossing of them is, giving her just a easier way to lean, I guess. And but she was in a lot of pain. So we spoke the night before, and she was, drugged up. So we were laughing, having a good time. And I said, well, since you're having a great time, let's go live in the morning. So we set the live up. She gets up. Oh, she looked like she was in so much pain. Um, Now, I am a good bestie. I did say, well, if you don't want to, I probably didn't highlight it, but we were laughing the night before and things. But when it looked like her pain was just, enormous, I did say, okay, let's go ahead. Let's end our show. We ended our show early. And then we proceeded to talk for another half hour, 40 minutes, 45 minutes, something like that. And those are the reasons I always see us still live and stuff, because we hang for a long time after. But she just wanted to be, I think, soothed and coaxed. I'm just too far away to do it. I couldn't hug her. I couldn't massage her shoulders or anything like that. All the things that everyone would love when they're, just coming out of surgery and just wanting to be loved on. You have trigger thumb now. Oh my gosh. Does that impact your diamond painting, Linda? That's our biggest question. Like, Lizzie is the head of the DPPD. She's like always, oh, you got free time diamond paint. Why aren't you diamond painting? Oh, that's nice. You could diamond paint that. Like, I could see her taking one of these cups and saying, oh, you know what? You've had that for 7 years. Go ahead and change it out, diamond paint it. Like, she is that much of a fanatic and things. So that's the one thing that I think she's concerned with, is how much diamond painting will she be able to have. So I checked on her earlier. She's getting better. I had a sciatic flare up. She is the DP commissioner, right? I checked on her earlier. She is feeling better. I had a sciatic flare up. I don't know if you guys remember, but earlier this year, my sciatic, it flared up at the wrong time, and I did everything they told me. I took the pills and stuff. Um, and then, it eased up and finally it went away. And I don't know what happened. Saturday evening it came back, and I mean I felt horrible all day Sunday, all day Monday. I have not been in Butterfly. Butterfly is my car, my beautiful SUV. I have not been in Butterfly since Saturday. Me and my daughter went for a ride. So I got to take Butterfly. I got to wash her. And after I wash her, we're going to have to hit a mountain trail or two. Peggy says nighttime seems to always make someone who's not feeling well worse. I agree with that. Linda says no, thankfully. And Matt says, ha ha. DAC did just put out a tumbler today. We know who they were marketing that to. That made me smile. Butterfly. Oh, Peggy, stay with me. Let me tell you how much I love butterflies. Yes, these are prescription, and yes, these are butterflies. Some people think they're hearts, they're not. As you can see, this is the body, and these are the wings as they were fluttering away. So they're not open, laying still. They're in flight, fluttering. Okay. And when people see these, they're like, oh, I love your glass. What are they? Are those hearts? Who are you in love with? I'm in love with butterflies. And then when they see it, they're like, yeah, those really are butterflies. They're butterflies because I love them. I love their lifespan. I love their transition, their change. What they come from, larva, the little caterpillar. That's just so, it's, I don't know, it's just their whole lifespan. They go from, this little thing that not a lot of people think is beautiful, and they transition and they change, and when they come out they flutter away, and they're the most beautiful thing on the face of the earth. So I love butterflies. They make me smile. They make me smile. With that said, I don't have a lot of butterfly canvases. Sometimes I feel like we can make them look too busy on the paintings and things. So I have seen them and I'm like, oh, that's nice. I like the sayings that come with them. But when I look at them, I'm like, oh, that's a little too big. That looks really, really busy. So, with that said, I've had a great evening with you guys. DAC is making cups now. You have to head over to the site. I like that. I hear you. Very special with no doubt. I love that analogy. Oh, thank you. Um, yeah, they putting their hand and their feet into, a couple different avenues. They got the minis that came out after Paint Gym. Paint Gym was doing well. Um, they tried to, do a Michaels. They had little furniture for me. The furniture was expensive. Little, sewing tables and things like that. They on sale now though. Make sure you guys head over to the site. I think I seen it for like $89. It was $2.99 when I first seen it. That's a big difference and things like that. So make sure you guys head on over. You might be able to get it for a steal. Let's see what else. Night all off to get some sleep. So I am rested for my live tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. Make sure that you guys are checking out Mutt Nut. She goes live tomorrow at 2 p.m. See what she's working on or what she has planned. She probably bored. What are you gonna do tomorrow? She worked through this stash of whips that she has been trying to get out. And so, now that she's accomplished that goal, sometimes you could sit around like twiddling your thumbs, like, oh, what do I do now? Oh my goodness, I really did, I worked on my goal. Now what do I do? She said, I don't know. Make sure that you take this time to just really relax to the point of boredom, because when you start back in January, you'll be like, you know what? I really missed it. You're not going to be burnt out. You're going to be refreshed and you're going to be ready to tackle the next project. I think that's what I was needing, just, to get back in, to tackle some projects, get some completions, I think I did a really good job ending the year with several completions, so that I could, like, obviously I had started, moved on to another project. Um, it's going to be an interesting 2026. They don't let the small shops have anything. I don't know. Actual diamond painter, tumbler seems inconvenient, but what do I know? um, yep. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. But I have noticed that over the last few years that, yeah, and the unfortunate part is it's something that a larger entity can do, that they can do is, they can, check other avenues, and they have the resources and things like that. So make sure you guys get plugged in when you see these collabs and things like that. A lot of times what we're doing is we're trying to help, those smaller businesses and things like that get recognition and get their name out there, and have ways for their product to be, first and foremost. In my opinion, they can't stay in their lane. Ooh, my goal for next year is to complete at least 12 Randall Spangler pieces. I have a lot. There you go. um, Mystery of Diamonds. She is the first person that I knew that fell in love with Randall Spangler. And I remember about 5 years ago, we were all sitting up. It was Thanksgiving evening, and we were waiting on Black Friday to hit at midnight. So she sees everything, she spins, and I'm not sure what occurred. We ended up being up all night, but like 6 o'clock in the morning, which I think was 3 o'clock my time or something like that, Diamond Art Club released another set of Randall Spanglers. They accidentally released the Cyber Monday canvases at 6 a.m. And I remember killing myself. We were calling her left and right. She was up almost all night with us because she was tired and went to sleep. We had a hard time waking her up. And we're like, Brandy, Brandy. And we kept calling her. We kept calling her. Finally, I can't remember who got through, if it was me or Care Bear. I can't remember who got through, but we finally was like, get up. They released more. You're not done shopping yet. They're gonna sell out. So shout out to you for having 12 of them. It's nice when some of your favorites, when you can start to build that collection and stuff. They don't want anyone making money except themselves, in my opinion. See? Matt says, nice, Gil. I do as well. His events are so good. Watching him actually make a piece you'll be able to buy soon. So we got to meet him. This is why it's important to get out to these retreats, because he came to see us when we were in Hamilton, Missouri. He came out and he really wanted to meet Brandy. And obviously, he did a meet and greet. We got to meet him in person. And I think there were 65 of us there at that retreat that year. So get out to the retreats. Those are invites that the hosts definitely try and send out. And if an artist is available to come out to speak, then we try to do what we can to get them there. If not, you get to meet some of the content creators. You rub shoulders with us, have a ball, take home. Thanks, Matt. I plan to start Snowcastle after finishing mine. Look at that. Well, it's definitely been a pleasure hanging out with you guys this evening. I thank you guys so much for participating in hashtag Sparkle All the Way. Kudos to Mary. Mary won the Sparkle All the Way pin, so that's going to be going out to her. Make sure that you guys continue to stay tuned. Come back next week, see how much progress I've got on my little gift here. I think I got a lot done for just one night last night. So I'm going to keep going there. Let's see. Matt says Crashly just raided his kitchen. I'm glad to have found you, Tia, along with everyone here in the live. So welcoming, everyone. Thank you. You're so very Susan. How are you? So make sure that you come out. I go live Wednesday nights, hump day happenings. Fortunately, I go live at 10 Eastern, 9 Central, but it's only 7 p.m. here in Vegas when I go live. Every other Saturday, I have morning laughs with my bestie, Lizzie, of Lizzie's World of Gems. And that starts at 10 a.m. Eastern, which is 7 here in Vegas. Um, we went live last Saturday, so you'll see us again next Saturday, not this coming Saturday. But if you want, you can always hit that bell, sign up to receive notifications so that you will be reminded anytime that I go live. You'll be able to come back and have more fun. So with that said, I'm going to say good night to everybody. Hugs and love to all of you. I'll check you guys out next week on Hump Day Happenings. Bye. Good night, my gal. Love you bunches.